This idyllic train journey has a bit of a problem. Let's find out about what it is in today's video. Welcome back to my channel for my third Great New Zealand train journey. I'm in charming Christchurch on the South Island of New Zealand and about to go inside this railway station to check in for the Transalpine train. It's billed as one of the greatest train journeys in the world. If you're a ready subscriber, thank you so much. And if you're not, clicking subscribe will notify you when new videos like this are posted. It's worth watching all of the videos in this New Zealand mini-series. Now, one thing in particular is different about this journey compared to the other two New Zealand trains that I've taken. The Transalpine features an upgraded class, the Scenic Plus, which is being rolled out across all Great Journeys New Zealand routes. But it's available on today's train and I've treated myself to the upgrade. Let's look out for the little touches that I hope will make today's experience even more special. Let's discover the Transalpine train together. I started this New Zealand adventure in Auckland, taking the Northern Explorer train to Wellington before crossing the Cook Strait to Picton, where I picked up my second Kiwi Rail train, the Coastal Pacific, to Christchurch. Today I'll take the Transalpine Scenic train coast to coast through the South Island's Great Divide. Let's head inside and try to get checked in. I went to check in and they're not ready for people yet, so let's talk a bit about this railway station. In fact, it's the third version of the Christchurch railway station, this one being built on, according to Wikipedia, the former Addington Junction. It's the only railway station in Christchurch. There aren't any other services apart from the Great Journeys New Zealand services, the Coastal Pacific, which I came in on, and the Transalpine train, which I'm heading out on today. This building is a bit of a distance from the central business district, and it was built in 1993, though it looks a bit more modern inside. Good morning, Hughes.
Hughes?
Yeah.
Lovely. Got one to your, two-seaters to yourself.
Oh, really? Good.
Yeah.
What?
I know, right? not too busy.
Yeah, it's my third journey, so it's nice to have it.
So this bag just on the trolley or next to it.
Yeah,
Answer?
gotcha. Thanks a million. All right, I will do. Thank you. There's quite a few people here today, which I wasn't expecting. I usually show up early to do this filming, and turns out so did everybody else. They're still getting the carriages ready, so everybody's waiting outside and enjoying some photographs of the train, which is fun. So let's talk about the route on today's train. Today's route will take about 5 hours to go 139 miles. Now, that feels pretty slow, but there's an important reason why. The train will move from the east coast of the South Island here in Christchurch across the Great Divide, that great spine of mountains that separates the South Island of New Zealand, all the way to Greymouth on the west coast. So I'm expecting a lot of tunnels, viaducts, and, as it suggests, some alpine mountains. There's 5 stops, including this one at Christchurch, taking in Springfield, Arthur's Pass, Moana, and then the final stop for today of Greymouth. From what I could tell in lining up to check in, at least a third of people are travelling across today and coming back to Christchurch. That's because there isn't a huge amount of infrastructure in Greymouth for onward travel, but I've managed to find it, and that'll be the next video. Greymouth is a great jumping off point for some fascinating places along the west coast, including Fox Glacier and Franz Josef Glacier, and onwards to Queenstown. Hopefully we can get on board pretty soon and have a look at the seat and amenities in Scenic Plus. Today I'm in carriage P, which I think stands for Plus in the Scenic Plus designation. And it's beside the Scenic car, which is this one. Now, it's quite cold at the moment in New Zealand, and this is open air, so that's why I'm wearing a sweater. I've done this before. Now, if you haven't seen the other 2 videos, check them out. There's a link to the first one in the top right-hand corner of this video. There's links to both in the video description. Hiya, how are you?
Lovely, very fortunate.
Lovely, thank you very much.
Hello.
I just got on board, and people are losing their rag. There's those fancy tables up the front which are set up, and then back here we're in these airplane style seats, and they're going to serve food on the drop down tables. It's not as fancy. One lady has called for the cabin manager, saying that she spent nearly $1,000 for her and her husband. And it's not as advertised, because all of the advertising is the fancy tables that are set up nicely. But we've all spent the same amount of money to get the same thing. It's not ideal. I am interested in the difference between the two.
Yeah.
So it is in the fine print somewhere, but
It's on the website, so right now this is the carriage we have.
it does feel like two different things.
Yeah. Apologies for that, and
No, you don't need to
hopefully
apologize for it.
you'll
But yeah,
enjoy yourself.
I will. Thanks anyway. Thanks for stopping.
Still have a good time.
I'm sure about it.
Carriage, we've got the outdoor viewing deck, so we can take some lovely photos along the way. We do have commentary you can listen to along the way. So those headphones at your seat, they just plug into the center console.
Kia ora, good morning ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome on board your Transalpine this morning, bound for Arthur's Pass, Moana and Greymouth. For our Scenic Plus guests seated towards the rear of the service, you have Stacey, Sasha, Gracie and Claudine looking after you. For our Scenic Plus passengers, your crew will be through shortly to introduce you to the offerings on board this morning if they haven't already done so.
Don't worry, they're made of asbestos. It's all good.
Thank you.
Okay, would you like any hot drinks to start with?
Yes, please. May I have a long black with a little milk, please?
With some milk on the side?
Yes. I'd love a glass of the sparkling wine, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure, I can do that. Lovely, we'll be out with that shortly.
No worries, thank you.
Thank you.
You must have paid for a Scenic Plus ticket. I'm convinced of it.
I'm doing the return
Today? Okay.
I think you were on two of my trains this week.
Yes, I was. Yeah.
So were you up Longer?
Yes, both. This is a not fancy
you're
setup
trying.
at all. Hello.
Oh, I've got
A long black.
with milk.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Awesome. And the milk there.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The sparkling wine is also for me.
Sparkling one's also for you.
I assume. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Perfect. Thank you.
So are you staying over?
In Greymouth?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm heading on to Queenstown after this,
Yeah, I'm on Queenstown tomorrow.
but flying.
Flying.
Yeah. A lot of people don't want to put up with the pain of taking a coach, which is what I'm doing. You can take a coach from Greymouth to Queenstown. But I do it because it would be easier to fly, but I do it because it's an added
More
journey.
things to see.
Yeah, it's another video, right? So, yeah. Well, cheers to whoever I'm cheersing to.
If you do head out there, folks, please bear safety in mind. We will be approaching those tunnels very quickly and without warning. Please keep all arms and camera equipment well behind those safety railings. Thank you.
Super positive. It's very beautiful. I have to say that apart from the food service, the carriage, including this bathroom, is identical to the Scenic Comfort class, which I've taken on the other train journeys. Just the same. I've come outside to enjoy this fantastic viewing car. And one of the perks of the Scenic Plus class is that we have this car all to ourselves. There's another one for Scenic Comfort passengers, which is great. It just means that this one's a little bit quieter. So about 2 hours into the service, I have to say the staff are excellent. The food has been delicious, and that boysenberry smoothie was so tart and gorgeous. There has been a little bit of an upset with the passenger who got super annoyed about the different kinds of table that were set up for breakfast or lunch. In that some people are seated at what seems like a plush first-class luxury product, and everybody else is in the regular old seats that are included in every carriage, including Scenic Comfort, and those are comfortable, by the way. But you're just eating your fancy food off a fold-down table on what's effectively an airplane-style seat. The two things do feel different. And really, Great Journeys New Zealand should price them differently if you're getting two very different kinds of experience. Having said that, it's a very comfortable product. I'm enjoying the food and the service. And apart from that one grumble, everything else is probably worth experiencing. If only there was some way of guaranteeing that you got the nicer seat without having to be a bit of a you-know-what about it.
If you're leaving us here today, we would like to thank you for travelling with us on board the Transalpine. Now, if you're returning with us this afternoon, I ask that you meet me back no later than 4 p.m. and meet me in carriage B, and I will issue you your tickets. For those of you travelling all the way through to Moana and Greymouth, this is your one chance for a stretch of the legs, folks, but it is only a brief 5-minute stop, so we do ask that you stay on the platform. Don't wander away with the large number of guests leaving us here.
This is Arthur's Pass. It's the highest point that we're achieving on this particular journey. That's a beautiful part of the Transalpine train. Let's talk about the audio commentary on board. It's something which is a bit of a feature. Great Journeys New Zealand make a lot of it, and rightly so. They provide you with some headsets which you can plug in, and then when something of interest is going to be said, a little ding sound is made and a piece of audio commentary is provided. It's very interesting and a way to while away some of the time while you're looking at some of these fabulous landscapes. They're talking about the geology, a type of jade stone that's found up here in this area. It's very interesting. So lunch has just arrived. Let's try it out. I have a chicken salad and some sandwiches. It's light and refreshing. It came with sandwiches. Smells good. Nice and fresh. I'm going to enjoy this. When it comes to whether I think you should book this train or not, I think you shouldn't. I think you shouldn't book it in Scenic Plus. I think you should do it, but do it in the regular carriage and save yourself the couple of $100 difference that there is between Scenic Comfort and Scenic Plus.
We aren't too far away from our final destination of Greymouth. If you're returning with us this afternoon and didn't receive your return ticket in Christchurch or joined us along the way, please make sure to collect your new boarding pass inside the station, as your seats will be different from the ones you came over with. But for everyone else leaving us here today in Scenic and Scenic Plus, on behalf of myself, Phoebe, and the rest of your lovely crew, we'd like to thank you for travelling with us on board the Transalpine.
I'd never done the train journeys before.
That's, yeah, I did that.
Yeah. This is by far the best. This is
Yeah, fabulous.
for sure. Oh yeah, definitely. Thanks, Sasha. Thank you, Claudine. Salamapo. Take care. Bye. Didn't meet you. And that is that for my third train journey. This is by far the best one to do, although I would say don't pay the extra for Scenic Plus. Stay with me for the next video. If you haven't already subscribed, please do, because I'm heading from here to Queenstown using the coach, and that's a whole other experience indeed. Until the next episode of Planet Patrick, take care. Bye bye.